Good morning, dear hearts. We have reached lesson 330. It is the final lesson in the section of what is creation, that relevant thought. It completes this section, but I said yesterday at the end of the video that I would have another announcement to make. And the announcement is that today's video is video 1000 on my YouTube channel. So I was a little surprised myself when I realized we'd gotten to that number. This is the third year that I've been doing the daily lessons, and I'm a little gobsmacked with that we've reached this number. I appreciate all of you who are watching and listening and commenting and following and subscribing and sharing, and I'm very grateful. So today's lesson 330, I will not hurt myself again today. This phrase, this title, might even sound familiar because in lesson 281, which was I can be hurt by nothing but my thoughts, and yes, that is indeed true, in the text portion of that lesson, it said, I will not hurt myself today. And this is, I will not hurt myself again today. This is another declaration type of lesson. I'm declaring my freedom. I'm declaring my oneness. I'm declaring knowing the truth of who I really am. This lesson begins, let us this day accept forgiveness as our only function. And that also might sound familiar because we learned back in lesson 62 that forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, and indeed we are the light of the world. So let us this day accept forgiveness as our only function because we are the light of the world. Why should we attack our minds and give them images of pain? Because I can be hurt by nothing but my thoughts. So if I'm attacking my own mind, I am giving my mind thoughts of pain, ideas of pain, images of pain. I am not going to do that any longer. Why should we teach our minds that they are powerless when God holds out his power and his love and bids them take what is already theirs? This is, again, as I said yesterday, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. We already know that we can choose the joy of God today. Choose the joy of God instead of pain. Why would we accept or choose anything else? The mind that is made willing to accept God's gifts has been restored to spirit and extends its freedom and its joy as is the will of God united with its own. There is no will except the will of God. Now, this idea of uniting spirit with us again. Back in the text, in the beginning of it, chapter 1, we had something that I quote often, and it's spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit, therefore you are in a state of grace forever. But also a little further on in the section, it says, the mind that serves spirit is invulnerable. Let our minds serve spirit. Let our minds serve God. It is then invulnerable. Nothing can harm us. Nothing will hurt us. We will not choose pain again today. We will not go into that space again today because we will not be afraid of love today or afraid of God today. And that was lesson 282. The weaving of these lessons together with the text is so beautiful, so profound, that we truly will have this spiritual tapestry, a blanket to wrap ourselves in when we complete. And we will see how each lesson weaves one into the other. They're so complete, they're so cohesive. The mind that is made willing to accept God's gifts has been restored to spirit and extends its freedom and its joy, as is the will of God united with its own. The self, big self, true self, which God created, cannot sin and therefore cannot suffer. Our true self is part of God. God cannot sin. Sin is a mistake. That is all. It is not to be punished. It is not to be, we are not to be condemned because of an error, a mistake. And God cannot sin, nor can we, because we are merely the extension of God, as we spoke of in yesterday's lesson, extended and extending. Let us choose today that He be our identity, big self, big S self, big I self, and thus escape forever from all things the dream of fear appears to offer us. The dreams of fear, the illusions, the miscreations of the ego. Let us escape forever from them today. The final part of this lesson is in italics. It is prayer. Father, your Son cannot be hurt, and if we think we suffer, we but fail to know our one identity we share with you. We would return to it today. We return to that identity today, to be made free forever from all our mistakes. No sins, just mistakes. And be saved from what we thought we were. What are we in truth? Sinless, guiltless, perfect children of God. And just to go back to our relevant thought of what is creation, the final paragraph really sums a lot of this up for us. Our Father calls to us. We hear His voice, and we forgive creation in the name of its Creator, holiness itself, whose holiness His own creation shares, whose holiness is still a part of us. So that's it for this section and for the 1000th video. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please pray. Again, we pray for what we have but have not recognized. And today we pray that we are not afraid of love, we will not hurt ourselves, and that we will indeed come home all together, hand in hand, and peacefully. Namaste.